Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to the Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling, presented by the Idiot Radio Network, offering a weekly look into the world of professional wrestling with guest interviews, news, results, and much more. Now here's your host, Stephon Devereux. And I'm back, I'm live, and it's a Sunday afternoon, people. Stephon Devereux and the Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling here on Angry Kids 24/7 Radio. And if you ain't got that Angry Kids 24/7 Radio just yet, you need to go to your apps or the phones, download the app. We got it. Go to, you know what I'm going to tell you to do? Go to our official website, angrykids24/7 radio.blogspot.com. You need to go there because guess what? We pop it every single day. A new post is being put up on the site, and we are letting you know what's going on. And I need to know if you want me to put pro wrestling on that site as well. If you do, you can vote on it. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, welcome to the Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling. I'm your host, Stephon Devereux, and I've waited all day to do that, to be able to say, welcome to the Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling. And you know what? I'm going to be honest. I've been waiting a whole week to say that. The producers at the station would say, hey, man, you might have to go on and explain yourself, Mr. Devereux. And let me tell you what happened. So last week, you know, we had miscommunication went down with the guest that we had scheduled last week, which was Miss Natalie K. And she will be on the show very soon. She's on tour right now, so it's kind of hard to get her. But we are going to have her on the show very soon, probably sometime during this week, and that we'll keep you updated on that. But anyway, so last week I had to fill in. You know, of course, that's what us hosts, producers, you know, and so forth. We all had to fill in. But none of us, and they put the blame on me, none of us sat there and said, hey, you know, Hell in a Cell is next week, not this week. And I'm sitting here giving my reviews. And that's the bad part about it was I knew that, but I was kind of confused. And but I had to fill time. So I filled the time with giving you the Hell in a Cell review, my predictions and so forth. And I did a piss poor job of it, but we're not going to complain about that. Why? Because I am going to redo those predictions today on this show, and stay tuned. That's later. Now, we're going to get into some breaking news. See, I like to get breaking news now, but we're going to get into some breaking news. It's going to take place next month. The rematch. Is this all into? That's the question. It's not. That's the answer. But Nick Aldis will cash in his return match for the NWA Heavyweight Championship in Tennessee next month. And I'm going to get more information on that, but I just wanted to pop that. He's going to Cody versus Nick Aldis for the championship, the NWA World Heavyweight Championship next month. And I'm going to get the info, and when I get the info, I promise you, you know, things will. It's going to look fun. I'll tell you that because I look at it like this: what they're doing with the NWA right now, people like myself talking. It has other bloggers talking. Okay, it has the wrestling community on fire right now because of what the NWA is doing with this Cody Rhodes and Nick Aldis storyline for the NWA World Championship. And I can't wait. So what I'm going to do is I am going to get my information, and I'm going to get me a nice ticket for this show, and I will be there in Tennessee next month. And wrestling fans, you know me. You got to be a special wrestling organization for me to say, or this is a special match. In order for me to say, I got to get out of my daggone seat and leave my office and go check out your organization. Oh, I can't wait. Tennessee, I will be in the rebuilding next month. And I'll talk about that as we approach that date. Yes. Now, Stephon Devereux is looking at this two ways. The first way I'm looking at it is, hey, this is an opportunity for the NWA to say, okay, Vince, let's stick it to you real quick. Oh, yeah. And the reason why I say that is, this is how you do it. That's fantasy book again. This is how you do it. After Cody wins the match, what you do is you pretty much do exactly what Chris Jericho did, the NWA. New Japan, excuse me. But you don't have to be Chris Jericho. It does not have to be Chris Jericho. But who's out there right now? What's the top guy that's out there right now? Yeah. But rumors are he can't do shows. He's been telling promoters. And if you haven't figured it out yet, it's Neville. Could you imagine? Could you imagine Neville? And I'm not a big fan of Neville's. I swear I'm not. But could you imagine if Neville found a way to involve himself in that match next month? Man, and that's money. That's money. See, this is why I want to see this match. This is why I'm going to see this match, because I think it's one of those type of matches that people are interested in seeing, besides myself, but they're also feeling like this is hey man, this is sort of a revival of one of the most prestigious championships in the history of our business. We could go down a list of names who has held this title. And now you have a wrestler like Cody as the champion, the name value. You also have Nick Aldis. Now people, hey, I'm a huge fan of the guy. The guys like that, they're money to me. Because the guy can speak, he got the look, money. He can go babyface or heel, money. So either way, the kid, he got the talent. This is a feud. They go a year or two with this feud. I believe that this feud can actually help resurrect the brand of the NWA, not just the championship. Because the championship, you can say, well, the championship is the brand. Not necessarily. The brand. You know what? They can rebrand it. David Marquez and those guys have been doing that. They have been doing that for some time now. So imagine, the spotlight just keeps shining and shining and shining, and it's rebuilding the name of the NWA across the United States. Because, hey, not every wrestling fan remembers the NWA. Remember, the last thing they remember is what they see on a WWE network, and that's the Shane Douglas promo. And I hate saying it that way because that's the only place you can see it. But Shane Douglas tossing the NWA championship down. That was the last time the NWA championship had this much spotlight, so much shine on it. This time, it's been what? 23 years? Yeah. So, longer. Are you serious? Wow. Anyway, I'm enjoying this right now. Thoroughly enjoying this. But we got to take a break. And when we get back, I'm going to tell you what Chris Jericho said. I'm going to tell you what Chris Jericho said recently to Sirius XM. Oh, wait until you hear this. This is the Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling here on Angry Kids 24/7 Radio. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Angry Kids 24/7 Radio. Angry Kids 24/7 Radio.
How to text a guy to keep him interested? It's a question many women ask daily. Well, Amy North believes she has found the answer with how to text a guy to keep him interested. It's a new course that she has put together, and it's helping ladies all across the world. You can go to howtotextaguy-to-keep-em-interested.weebly.com for more information. Amy says she has the answer, so find out there at howtotextaguy-to-keep-em-interested.weebly.com.
Recovery from mental and substance use disorders is real.
You can recover.
It's possible. It happens every day.
Never give up on yourself.
Discover hope and help.
I thought I was too far gone. I wasn't.
Join the Voices for Recovery.
The world is a beautiful place again.
For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral for mental and substance use disorders for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
I'm getting older. Do I need to worry about falling?
Yes, you do. Each year, 1 in 4 people 65 and older will experience a fall, and many will be serious. The majority of falls happen at home, so remove things that could make you trip and install handrails to keep you steady. To learn more about the steps you can take to help prevent a fall, please talk to your doctor. You can also visit aarpfoundation.org or medicaremadeclear.com/falls. This message was brought to you by United Healthcare and AARP Foundation.
You're listening to Angry Kids 24/7 Radio. Angry Kids 24/7 Radio.
Okay, we're back. Stephon Devereux, the Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling, here on the Angry Kids Radio. Angry Kids 24/7 Radio. We got to get that right. And we also want to thank Amy North and her product. I can't call it a product, you know what I'm saying? But I want to thank Amy North for coming on board and sponsoring the Devereux Committee and Angry Kids 24/7 Radio. Thank you, Amy. Don't forget, you want to check out How to Text a Guy. We're going to get that right. Yeah, let's do that again. But, yes, Amy North's, it's a course on how to keep a guy interested, and that's for the ladies out there. But it's How to Text a Guy to Keep Him Interested.weebly.com. And she could do a better job of presenting that to you than I have done recently. But anyway, we're going to get back into pro wrestling here. Now, look, Chris Jericho, he has a lot of things going on right now. Chris Jericho is quite possibly becoming, the greatest marketer of his generation. Maybe the greatest marketer ever in professional wrestling. Because let me tell you this. Besides what he does in the ring, the guy's a rock and roller. I got to call him that. He's a rock and roller. Fozzy is actually a very talented group. And Chris Jericho is the lead singer of that group. Very talented. Okay? Then he does some movies every now and then. You know, you see his face in a couple movies here and there. And then this guy goes off and becomes a podcast host. Chris Jericho was one of the guys who made that name, that word, podcast. Say it again, podcast. Chris Jericho was one of the guys who helped make that word as powerful as it is today. Because I remember when we were doing podcast, people laughed at us. Oh, it's not radio. But I tried to tell people, hey, it's going to take over. When I was doing the Devereux Committee, or sports entertainment exclusives back in 2011. 2009? Are you serious? Wow. 2009. We were being laughed at. Who knew? But Chris Jericho has made himself a successful podcast host. He has made himself one of the hottest free agents in professional wrestling. And he said something very, very important on Sirius XM. He said it is not fun to work for Vince right now. He has opportunities to do whatever he wants. You see what he did in New Japan. You see what he did at All In a couple weeks ago. The dude has a cruise coming up next month. My man James Ellsworth is a part of that cruise, by the way, and I'm mad because I can't go. Anyway, but Jericho has a cruise next month, and this cruise is sold out, from what I heard. Let me say it again, sold out. He is doing a wrestling show on a cruise, a series of shows. This dude is insane, and it's going to work. It's going to draw. Why? Because it's Chris Jericho. The man is a genius. He's a genius. Just sit back and think of what he's doing here. And he necessarily, what's going on, he by himself is competing with the WWE. Think about that. Chris Jericho, by himself, his name is competing with the WWE. Because guess what? What is happening is Chris Jericho can say, I want to do blah, and it's getting headlines. There's not a lot of other wrestlers who are doing that, who are able to do that. He is. Why? Because he's been doing this for years. He's found a way to keep himself relevant. He has found a way to keep reinventing himself, because he does it every few years. People forget how long Jericho has been in this business, or has been. The dude has been an entertainer for over 30 years. Think about that. 30 years. I won't say over, but it's been about 30 years. From his days up at the Hart camp, oh yeah, people forget about that too. He was trained by the Hart family. To his days in Smoky Mountain, to his days in ECW, he went to Japan. The guy was in Mexico. He wrestled all over the world before he went to WCW. Oh, people forget about that too sometimes. Then he debuts in the WWE in '99 with a completely, it was a different gimmick. I was not a fan of the gimmick, I'm not going to lie, but I was a fan of him, and he made it work. The clock, everything. Y2J was over. Promo on Raw. He's sparring with The Rock, who was the number one guy at the time. Yeah, people forget that. Now Chris Jericho is saying it's not fun to work for the WWE anymore, or to work for Vince anymore. Right now. And he is proving that because he is doing so much outside of Vince, outside of the WWE. He's doing so much, and he's having fun doing it. This free agency thing is working out for him. You see how what we were talking about a couple of weeks ago, that Chris Jericho and guys like him, James Ellsworth, they don't need the WWE right now. These guys are doing great things outside of it. Cody. The Young Bucks. Look at these guys. They're doing incredible things outside of the WWE. That's the fun part. Why they're having fun, and they're saying it. You're hearing it from these guys. I'm having fun. I'll tell you another match that I can't wait to see is that James Ellsworth and Jerry Lawler match. They're selling out. Everywhere they have been to, I think they're 3 matches in, they've sold out. Every show. Headlining. Shows that they're headlining, they're selling out. See what I mean? So Chris Jericho, hey, bro, we want you to keep having fun. Because the more you have fun, the better it is for us as wrestling fans. Okay, we're going to take a break. And then when we come back, we're going to give you the predictions for Hell in a Cell. And I did revise my predictions too, compared to last week. So we'll be right back here on the Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling, here on Angry Kids 24/7 Radio. Let's go.
You're listening to Angry Kids 24/7 Radio. Angry Kids 24/7 Radio.
How to text a guy to keep him interested. It's a question many women ask daily. Well, Amy North believes she has found the answer with How to Text a Guy to Keep Him Interested. It's a new course that she has put together, and it's helping ladies all across the world. You can go to howtotextaguytokeephiminterested.weebly.com for more information. Amy says she has the answer, so find out there at howtotextaguytokeephiminterested.weebly.com.
Recovery from mental and substance use disorders is real.
You can recover.
It's possible. It happens every day.
Never give up on yourself.
Discover hope and help.
I thought I was too far gone. I wasn't.
Join the Voices for Recovery.
The world is a beautiful place again.
For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral for mental and substance use disorders for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
I'm getting older. Do I need to worry about falling?
Yes, you do. Each year, 1 in 4 people 65 and older will experience a fall, and many will be serious. The majority of falls happen at home, so remove things that could make you trip and install handrails to keep you steady. To learn more about the steps you can take to help prevent a fall, please talk to your doctor. You can also visit aarpfoundation.org or medicaremadeclear.com/falls. This message was brought to you by United Healthcare and AARP Foundation.
You're listening to Angry Kids 24/7 Radio. Angry Kids 24/7 Radio.
We are back. Stephon Devereux, the Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling, here on the Angry Kids 24/7 Radio. And I'm so sorry about last week. I messed up. I know. But like I said, when you're trying to fill time, do what you can to get that time filled. And we completely jumped a boat here and went and gave the Hell in a Cell predictions, which was crazy because you can tell if you listen to the show, you could tell I was not interested in giving those predictions, but it was cool. It was cool. Anyway, let's move on. Real quick before, I know. See, my guys passed me the letter and told me I forgot to do a couple of things. But here's the thing. I don't know if it's true or not, but rumors are Matt Hardy's retiring. Now, I have not done my research on this story because it was just handed to me. Now, I'll go back and do research after the show, and we'll talk about it next week if there's anything to this. I don't believe there's anything to this rumor right now. I really don't. But you never know. They say he wants to go home and be with his family and so forth. But every guy wants to go home and be with his family when he's on a road 300 days a year. We get it. So, but also guys don't want to pass up that matinee. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens with that. And also, Bound for Glory? I'm about to say this. Okay, we're going to talk about this next week as well. But reports are Impact's Bound for Glory. Their annual, it's like their version of WrestleMania. Sold out. And it sold out in a matter of 2 days? Is that what you're saying? Okay, well, we'll check on that too, and we'll come back to that next week. They sold out? Okay, and I'm reading here, the building's a little bit smaller than what they're used to. The Melrose Ballroom in Queens, New York. Okay, hey, they in Queens, baby. You know what I'm saying? We represent. So we'll get into that next week here on the Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling. But people, my favorite time is, because I love doing these things. I'm dead serious. I love doing these things. I'll sit back and do them because I'll think about it because I love fantasy books. But let's get into the Hell in a Cell predictions. Yeah, get some music. Yeah, get the music up. Get the music up. I don't know. All right. Anyway, let's go. We're going to start off with New Day versus Rusev Day. Yeah, I'm not really interested in that match either. But I'll take New Day just because, you know, I roll with New Day sometimes. You know what I'm saying? New Day, they're all right sometimes. The Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton match, last week I said, I don't know. You know, stop the music. Music's horrible. Okay. Messing me up here. Okay. So, I believe that Randy Orton, I'm going with Randy. Why not? Gotta go with Randy. I'm going with Randy. Let's see here. Daniel Bryan and Bree taking on the Miz and Maurice. I think I'm going to go with Miz. See, I like Miz and Maurice. They're really cool people. You ever hung out with the Miz? He's a really nice guy. Okay, let's move on. Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler taking on Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. You know what? So just because I'm so disappointed and what the WWE's done with this thing, I'm going to go with Dolph and I'm going to go with Drew. I'm going with Drew and Dolph. I got you. Because it just drives me crazy that they really did this. It drives me insane. But I'm not going to be upset just yet. I promise. So I'll go with Drew and Dolph. Okay. Let's see here. Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. Last week, I believe I said Charlotte. Okay, I'm going to stick with it. Yeah, I'm going to stick with it. See, I tried to put some thought into that match, but I was more worried about the next match we were going to talk about now. So, yeah, whatever. Okay. Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss. Whew. Hey, man, look, let's put it like this. No matter who wins or lose, we all win, guys. Yeah. No. I respect both of their abilities in the ring. Neither one of them are Trish. You know what I'm saying? But let's see here. For this match, now I did bring up Trish, and I believe that they want Alexa to have that title going into the match to the Evolution pay-per-view next month. So I'm going to go with Alexa Bliss. She's facing off against Trish. She'll find a way to win that championship. Okay, let's see here. AJ Styles taking on Samoa Joe. AJ. I'm going with AJ. It's just that easy. I'm going with AJ. Here's the biggest match of the night, the main event, and I think this is the reason why it's the biggest match of the night is because of Mick Foley being at it. Mick Foley will be the special guest referee in the main event for the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns taking on Braun Strowman. Hell in a Cell. Yeah. Who's going to win it? Who's going to win? Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with Roman again. I mean, man, I don't want to say Roman, but I really got to go with Roman. And that's just it. You know, somehow I see Mick Foley raising his hand at the end of the night, you know, and the fans booing, but they're trying to cheer because they want to cheer for Foley. But it's just going to be one of those confusing nights again in the WWE. So that's it. I want to thank you for joining us this week. It's the Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling here on Angry Kids 24/7 Wrestling. Our radio. Bye.